Okay. What is good? It is Roland the Traveler. Man, first before we even get into this video, man, I want to give a shout out to my boy KJ. He got married last week in Santiago. It was a lovely event. Brother, I salute to you and your lovely bride. Even though you told me you would never do it, them Dominican women got a lot of power, man. So salute to you before we even get started with this video. But look, let's go with it. Brother named Trill, 23 from the ATL. Man, shout out to Atlanta. Love that city. It's wonderful. But he's saying this. Look, you brothers in the comments that's from ATL, man, validate this or not. He's saying it's hard to date in the ATL. Man, I would have thought ATL would have been a little bit more easier, man. ATL is supposed to be, look, I've been there a few times, but never really dated there. ATL look like, man, it's booming and women everywhere, but I know at the same time, man, you got a lot of celebrities, you got a lot of money in this city. But he's saying it's hard. But here's what he's asking. He's saying he got his ticket, but he lands in Dominican Republic coming up June 29th. He will be in Santo Domingo. And he says the days of approach, he has approach anxiety, if this is a thing. He said, how should I deal with this, brother? I like your channel. Please answer me. Brother, let me tell you something. I went through this before. Before we get to this, let me tell you something, man. You gonna have to unleash the beast, man. You're coming to Santo Domingo. You will be okay, man. You don't have nothing to kind of worry about. You have a few days. Today is the 24th of June. Make sure, man, that you start learning some basic Spanish if you haven't. This will help you, man. This will help you get over that anxiety, because the DR is not like America, man. If you got your stuff together living, man, you can come to a chick and you can talk to her. I'm not talking about working girls, because he did say he don't want to meet working girls, so he don't want to use dating sites. Look, I don't use dating sites myself anymore, but I think when you're on your first trip to Santo Domingo, you should maybe use Tinder or Dominican Cupid to just line you up something. That'll be my advice. And you're just gonna have to go through them, because these dating sites, man, are just full now. I was talking to my old lady and one of her friends, man, the other night. I might even make one. I was thinking about making a Dominican dating site. It's just things in my head, man. I'm a Gemini. We always got some more stuff popping in our head. Maybe make something where you hook up professional men with professional women. But I don't have nothing against, business women. And this is what we about to talk about. So with this approach anxiety, brother, I'm going to tell you what happened to me before. Let's take it back, man. Let's go to New Orleans in the 1990s. You got the Trigger Man beat playing, and we're going to take it back, man, to when I was a youngin'. I remember, man, I was on Carrollton Avenue, man, with me and my Uncle Roscoe, and that dude Pipe I told y'all about, my fairy crackhead grandfather, man. He was like my godfather. He just was always around, man. So we in this place, like, dudes that know this place, man. It's Chinese kitchen, the Chinese place. Good food off Carrollton, good Chinese food. So we in line. You gotta wait for you, man. The place is popping, and we in line. I'm a youngin'. There was a woman and her friend. I'm saying a woman because she was way older than me, at least by 10 years, looking good. So she looked back and she see us over there, me and my uncle and Pipe. And I got my polos on, I got my Bally's on. You know how we do it in New Orleans back in them days. Got my Bally animals on, looking good. So I looked older than what I was. And this is a story time. This is a bonus, because I got another one popping out tomorrow. Look, so she see me and she gives me the finger. She like, come over here, come on, give me the finger. And she's like, come here. And I just stand there. I'm scared, because this is a woman 10 years or something older than me. Beautiful motherfucker, look like young Sade. And I'm sitting there and I'm like a deer in headlights. My Uncle Roscoe sitting there looking at me, and Pipe looking at me, and they push me forward. And I go up to her, and she was like, hey, how you doing? I see you, man. I see you. And she was like, what's your name? And I'm looking at like, I give her the whole government name, Ronaldo, but my family call me Ron. And so, oh, well, okay, Ron, it's good to meet you. Then look, she hit me with, like, my name's April. Here's my number. Give me a call. And I'm young. I don't want to say how young I am because this shit crazy what I'm about to get into. So I go back to my uncle and he look at me like, man, you don't never be scared of no woman, right? So this is where that approach anxiety kicked in, because I was scared. I didn't know how to deal with it. I was used to dealing with young girls, not really dealing with grown women. So when we get our food, we riding back, and my uncle and Pipe talking in the front seats. And my uncle looked at me, man, and I could see his face in the rearview mirror. He said, boy, he hit me with Uncle Ben. You know how Uncle Ben told Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility? He give me like the hood version. He looked at me in the mirror and said, boy, all a bitch can ever tell you is no. All she can ever tell you is no. Never be scared of a woman, because all she can tell you is no. That stuck with me like that Uncle Ben moment. That's like some ghetto ass Uncle Ben stuff. So look, him and Pipe talking, and Pipe say, well, look, we can help him if you want. And my uncle like, yeah, I think it's time. They bring me to Pipe House. Now look, Pipe House was off Tulane Avenue, and it was popping over there. I mean, when I say Pipe was interconnected to the street life, man, the undercurrent of New Orleans and other cities. So when I get to the city, I get to Pipe House, man. We walk in the Pipe House, man. It's like, I mean, and Pipe House was, I gotta watch how I put stuff on YouTube. Let's just say it was a den, a D den. So I walk in there, because Pipe used to be an XP, and you know, you cats go understand. I walk in there, man, there's smoke everywhere, people doing what they gotta do, and I walk in there like, it's deep cover. Yeah, we going deep cover for that. One Nick 7 on the undercover cop. Like, I'm walking in there, man, there's fog everywhere, man. So Pipe tell me, man, go down the hall, you can go in the room. So I'm walking down, as I walk through the hall, man, smoke everywhere, music playing, people having a good time. Every door I walk into, man, people was having sex, they going crazy. And I'm a youngin'. I hit one door, man. I even see, this is real talk, I'm telling you, brothers, man. I see my like middle school teacher down there giving somebody their skullduggery. You know, she giving somebody brain surgery, you know what I'm saying? And I look at her, I'm like, Miss Morvat? And one of the dudes see me, like, he point like, hey man, close the door. This was my teacher from middle school. I'm like, God dang, that's the kind of stuff, goddamn, that's the kind of stuff that's popping in there. So finally, I get to the last door, and I remember opening the door, woman in there dressed in all red lingerie. Her name is Mary. She said, come here. She said, come here. I walk up to her, and Miss Mary was like, take your pants down. Well, take them down. And I take my pants down, and she started playing with the jingle bells. And she was like, listen, it's okay, be calm. And this lady made me into a man. I was a different person. And I'm saying this to tell you, as a person that, you know, you're saying you don't really want to use dating sites, you want a cold approach, but you're scared. Look, man, you need to come to the DR and have fun first. I tell people this because you hear these dudes, man, they always dissing the Dominican women, but they don't understand. They came there with the wrong, they come in there to find a wife. I always say you're going to meet the good, the bad, and the ugly. You need time to develop. You need time to understand the culture. And this is how you will win. Because when I was dealing with Mary now, this woman had taught me a lot of things, man. Let me show you how much I have changed with that. So look, after that time, I walk out the room with Mary, and the people in the front room, Pipe, my uncle, they start clapping and laughing. It's like I had graduated high school. They was all so happy, man. My uncle give me a hug. They give me an old English. I drunk the old English. But the real thing was I was different, man. Let me tell you. When I left that house, I went straight to my house and I called April up on the phone and I talked to her like a grown ass man. I'm like, I had changed that fast. She's like, look, let's do something tomorrow. Can you meet me something? And I'm young. I'm like, I don't have no car. She said, I will come get you. She come pick me up in her Nissan Altima. We went 8 and we go to her house. And look, I didn't know this was the birth of the werewolf. You always hear me talking about I'm a werewolf. And all this ties together, man. She lived way in New Orleans East in a place called Georgetown. Anybody from down there gonna know what I'm talking about. Look, we get to her house after eating. And this woman, I'm 10 years older than me, man. I'm young. And look, we walk in there, we had got some daiquiris and stuff. We walk into her apartment and she's like, boy, you so funny. And I just grabbed her ass. It was soft as 10 pillows. Raised her skirt up. And I'm in werewolf mode, man. The full moon was out. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a damn. I grabbed her panties, ripped them off, and went to pound town on her on that couch. And let me tell you, I remember coming to that next morning, and I go to the bathroom, and I have at least 150 passion marks all over my body. It was a grown-ass woman. I got them on my jaws, my neck, my everything. Because I did to her, I guess, what Mary had taught me, but I couldn't remember from drinking them daiquiris because I was in werewolf mode. And she helped me, Miss Mary helped me unleash the beast. And let me tell you something. All my life, I have won when I had the beast unleashed. When I lost, when I got married, I locked it up. When I was in a serious relationship, I locked it up. And I was scared to do things and bad things happened to me, man. Never, ever lock your beast up. Even when you get in a serious relationship, you leave it out. A woman got to know that you'll replace her in a second. These are my things. And you don't have to get all your information from me. There's a lot of other dudes running the game. But I'm going to tell you, man, this is how I think. You're always supposed to be in warrior mode because a woman is attracted to somebody that can easily replace her and somebody masculine. Will always be masculine. You don't have nothing to be scared of being cold approaching, man. If you want to really get out of having that fear of cold approaching, man, go to Sasua. People diss Sasua. Remember, you can go to Sasua and I promise you, man, you have a good time. You're going to be singing that Isley Brothers. Always come back to you, Sasua. That's how you gonna be, man. I'm telling you, listen to me. But I will be on the island at that time. I would like to meet you. I got you, brother. Trail, we will have a good time. I promise you, man. I will meet you in person. And we are out, man. Shout out to the Blue Book, man. I appreciate you guys for rocking with the channel, man. We are growing. The Facebook group is growing, man. The channel is growing, man. I love you guys, man. Let's keep doing this thing, man. We are out.